We're making a one-pot dinner today. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. Today we're doing a one-pot dinner to help streamline your evening. Now you could make it for lunch, and it's just as easy. So get your pen and paper. Here come those easy ingredients. This is a one-pot cheesy chicken, rice, and broccoli dinner off the Pillsbury website. You will need olive oil to cook your chicken in, 4 average size boneless, skinless chicken breasts cut into 1-inch pieces, teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper, 1 cup uncooked long grain white rice, 2.5 cups chicken broth, optionally 1 cup of chopped red bell pepper, 2.5 cups broccoli florets cut into pieces, 2 cups shredded cheddar cheese. Also, if you're into convenience, you can click on the description below and print out these ingredients. By the way, I didn't have a box of chicken broth or any homemade broth, so I just have 2.5 cups of water and 3 of the chicken bouillon cubes. Toss it in the microwave about 3 minutes, let it get hot and boil, and dissolve your bouillon. I wanted to show you that we buy these big flats of chicken at Walmart. It's 6 big chicken breasts to a package, and emphasis on the big. So for this recipe, I do not have 4 average chicken breasts. I have 2 large chicken breasts. And what I can do is just use these kitchen shears, which are so handy. And if you say, oh, well, that's too thick, you can just fillet it down the center and use your handy cutting board here. Then you can slice it into strips. Super simple. And then you can just cut them into those roughly 1-inch squares, or you can do the same thing with your knife on your cutting board. I like these kitchen shears though for a lot of things, and they're nice and handy. You can put them in your dishwasher. I'm going to finish the rest of this, and I will be right back. Okay, I have cut up my chicken into the little pieces. I have a little bit of olive oil in my pan, or my pot. Put a little more, and I have to turn that down. I'm also going to put about a tablespoon or a hefty pat of butter in there. Now, it didn't call for butter, but I'm going to tell you, this recipe is like a good math problem. There are several ways to get to the same answer. But a little bit of butter always helps give a good flavor when you're cooking meat. And with the olive oil, or if you were using just regular cooking oil, putting the olive oil or cooking oil with the butter helps keep the butter from scorching. So I'm going to get that heated up to about medium-high. Yep, nice wooden spatula here. My butter's sizzling, and just dump that all in there. And by the way, when you're cutting up your chicken and working with raw meat, once you've got that done, you always want to wash your hands and wash the appliances or devices that you used. Now, you want to turn this around a lot. You want to turn this around constantly for about 30 seconds or so. Let a little bit of the chicken fat come out and work with the olive oil and butter so that it won't stick. Because you'll do that once and you'll never make that mistake again. Also, I'm not measuring out so much pepper and so much salt. Just give it a nice little bit of salt and about half that of pepper. Or you just want to cook this a few minutes till most of the pink is gone. And remember, because this is a one-pot dinner, this chicken will continue to cook even after this first little bit gets done. I apologize. My B camera didn't get in on the fun at the beginning. But here it is, and we'll be back in just a few minutes when most of the pink is gone. Okay, that took less than 5 minutes, and I wanted you to see it extruded some juice, which is fine, because that'll help make sure that you don't end up with any dry rice, just in case. So, put my cup of rice in, turn this back on to high. Oh, there we go. And there's my chicken broth. Oh, also, when I was cooking the chicken, getting the pink out, I covered it, and that helps to cook it a little bit faster. Medium-high. Alright, give this just a minute to boil, and then we'll start. And once it starts boiling, it will need to cook, I believe, for about 15 minutes. Okay, now that you have stirred it real good one time after it's boiling, cover it, turn your heat down to medium, and cook it up to 15 minutes until most of the water has been absorbed by the rice, and you want to stir it frequently. One of the tricks on these one-pot dinners is making sure that everything gets cooked. Now that's why your ratio on the rice to the liquid is a little bit higher, because you're cooking more things and the lid's off and on a lot. It's normally 2 cups of water or liquid, and this is 2.5. Now, I'm leaving the bell pepper out, but a lot of people like it, so it's your choice. Also, while I was cooking the chicken, if I didn't say it before, I took my package of broccoli florets from Walmart. It's a steam packet, or pouch, whatever, and I cooked that at the same time in the microwave. I got ahead of myself. When you start cooking the rice and the chicken together, you wait until the rice is mostly done, most of that liquid is absorbed, then you put the bell pepper in. You don't cook it with the rice, I'm sorry. That would turn it to mush. I got ahead of myself. Alright, for me it took about 10 minutes for the rice to cook, and you can see most of the water's gone. And you've got to be careful, because if you cook it too high and too fast, your water will all evaporate faster than the rice can absorb it, and it'll start sticking to your pan. That's one reason you have to keep stirring. I ended up going from medium down to low. While I was cooking the rice, or waiting for the rice to cook, I rough chopped my broccoli, and that goes in. And also, if you want to put in 1 cup of chopped red bell pepper, now is the time. I'll give that just a little mix. Now, if you were using fresh broccoli, I would put it in like 5 minutes before the rice was done. So like if you set your timer for 12 minutes or 10 minutes, then I'd put the rice in at the 5-minute mark. Broccoli, if you're using fresh broccoli. Now, put this on low and put in 1 cup of the shredded cheddar cheese. And let that start getting in. I'm here to tell you, this is so good. This reminds me of kind of a fancy broccoli and rice like we do at Christmas, except there's no soup in this. Now, we can let this go for just a couple of minutes. Let that cheese warm up nice and gooey. And then we'll come back and put that last bit of cheese in there. The main reason I wouldn't put both cups of cheese in at the same time is you run the risk of getting a big glob of cheese and kind of oil, because that's the way cheese can be. So, and sprinkle it all around. You don't want it in one place. Okay. And this is your last step. Get that mixed in. And even for my favorite diabetics, yes, you've got rice in here, but cheese is okay. You just don't want too much cheese. And you've got chicken in there for your protein, and you've got your broccoli. So everything in moderation. And for everybody else, just enjoy. It's wonderful. Just don't burn your cheese. I've got it on low. If your stove has like a warm, I would go for the warm, the least little thing. And of course, you have to taste it. So I'm going to taste this. That chicken is so tender and flavorful, and the broccoli and the cheese and the rice is just delicious. So I have a feeling this will be one of your favorites. Put it in your very own cookbook. Go back and watch that video. Serve it up to your family and let the praises begin that you are an ace #1 cook, and there's nobody like you or me. If you like this recipe for easy one-pot dinner, also known as one-pot cheesy chicken broccoli, yep, and rice by Pillsbury website, give it a thumbs up. Smash that like button to help the channel. Drop me a line in the comments below about your experience with this recipe and what else you'd like to see in the kitchen. Click the bell in the top right hand corner for notifications. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help, even me. Enjoy, and be well. Also, if you're into flopper, are you into flopper? Let it get hot or boiling, and boiling? Flopper. You'll need to flopper. But if you put it all in at once, you run the risk of getting a big glob. My camera just died. Wah!